He got him. Maldonado will make the throw. And the Astros are in the playoffs. 7 straight years. The Houston Astros get to the postseason. This one more difficult.
Well, that's it. The Seattle Mariners have officially been eliminated from the postseason. A loss to the Texas Rangers on Saturday, putting the Mariners at 87 and 74. With only one game left to play, they are too far away from a win tomorrow, making a difference. The Houston Astros win over the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0, with plenty of chances for the Diamondbacks to make a rally. Does not come to fruition, and even with some help from the Tampa Bay Rays in Saturday's game, the Toronto Blue Jays have enough of a lead, have played well enough baseball throughout this entire season, specifically also in September, to hold on to a playoff berth. The Seattle Mariners, so far in their final 10 games, are 3-6. One win against the Houston Astros, and only 2 out of 6 so far against the Rangers. Going into this final 10 games, we said pretty confidently that we felt that 6-4 could probably get you to the playoffs. And if we're looking at it right now, the Mariners, the best that they can do is 4-6. If we flip the result on its head, evenly, the Mariners without a doubt would be in the playoffs. And now there's no sugarcoating it. Saturday's loss hurts a lot. A ton. It's a punch to the gut because going into this game, you think you've got La Piedra, Luis Castillo, The Rock, on the mound, and he comes out and he throws a dud. He only manages to go 2 2/3, giving up 5 hits, 4 earned, and 4 strikeouts. He ended up walking 5 batters. Whether or not it was the game plan to pitch to the zone and he just couldn't hit his spots as well as he normally did, regardless of that, maybe that failed him, maybe his command failed him. However, a 4th spot in the 3rd for the Rangers would be enough for the rest of the game, but they would play add-on later in this game as well. Luis Castillo just didn't have the command that he needed, and the Mariners offense also didn't really do him any favors. The Mariners amassed 7 hits across all 9 innings, only 1 less than the Rangers, but the Rangers put across 5 more runs than the Seattle Mariners. J.P. Crawford had a 2-hit game. Gino Suarez had the lone run with a solo home run a little bit too late in the bottom of the 8th inning when we're already down 6-0. Got offers from Julio, Cal, Teo, and technically Dylan Moore, but he only had 1 official at bat because he walked in 1. But Dylan Moore also had an immaculate catch in that 3rd inning to probably save even more runs from coming across. Marcus Semien hit this ball on the line, and Demo made a nice diving grab, so I'm not going to harp over his 1 walk and an offer. Overall, there just wasn't enough from the Mariners team in this game, but also in the regular season. Just could not get it done enough countless times, thinking back to series like the Washington Nationals series or the Detroit Tigers right out of the All-Star break. Many times the Mariners came up short when we needed them to rise to the occasion. Teams that needed to rise to the occasion did tonight, and the Mariners were not one of them. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers for making the playoffs for the first time since I think they said like 2016, something like that. The Houston Astros obviously continue to go to the postseason because they're the Houston Astros. The Mariners, they're the last team out. They're going to be the team on the outside looking in, unfortunately. An 87, maybe 88 win season does not get you to the playoffs. It sounds pretty familiar to 2021, where we get to 90 wins, but we don't go to the postseason. This season, to chalk it up as a complete failure would be a bit harsh, but it is kind of a reality that we have to be in, because building off of last year, you're probably looking at postseason or bust from a fan, front office, and team perspective. There's going to be plenty of discourse around this season where who failed who and what failed when, essentially. And there's no right answer because it is a culmination of many things, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about that in a long, arduous offseason, watching 2 of our division rivals play in postseason baseball while we get to sit on the couch. The Mariners' path to the postseason was simple. Continue to win, and unfortunately they came up short on game 161. We had said plenty of times they controlled their own destiny at the end of the year, and that's pretty much it. I like where the team is at from a fundamental standpoint. There's a lot of good things on this team. It's just presently they just weren't playing up to their highest standards. Julio Rodriguez went completely silent in the final 10 games. Did not help this postseason push in the slightest. Luis Castillo threw 2 duds in his final 2 starts of the season against division rivals. It just wasn't there. Whether it's a level of intensity that you needed or you needed to bring your A game and have some focus and some discipline, it just didn't happen. So that's a wrap on the Mariners 2023 regular season. Final game of the season, game 162. Should they let just have George Kirby go out there and throw? Maybe he spins a gem, and we can marvel at George Kirby's greatness one last time before we hang it up until spring training in like February. But regardless of that, thank you guys for watching. It's been a fun season, and go Mariners.